for Thought from Teacher Erica. So this is my first official live, long live on the road with Lyft. Lyft. And it's the start of the day. I'm going to the gas station first. Okay, so the connection. So I noticed that the connection on the YouTube goes off sometimes. Like you're talking and you look up and it's idling. And anyway, I can't really see clearly, but I'm on my way to the gas station. It's the start of the day. And I roll down the windows, of course, so I can get to the gas station without getting in an accident. And so I'm really excited. It's Wednesday morning, and as I said, I canceled the substitute teaching job today. Where I substitute teach, every Wednesday is a minimum day, so I usually like to substitute teach on Wednesdays, but I need to get cash on hand. And because I just came out of retirement, launching my website, trying to understand my brand, I didn't substitute teach until May, start of May. So I won't get a paycheck from the school system until June 30th for the work I do the whole entire month of May, which is, a digression on something I do want to talk about, which is the public educational system. You see how I have to tighten that up. This is brand new. I just got this yesterday. I have to tighten it up. Tighten it up, girl. Tighten it up. You need to buy my Tighten Up merchandise. Anyway, inshallah. The public educational system, first of all, pays teachers extremely less than we should get. Does not supply the resources adequately and disperse them. And people tell you, it's because of this district, and you have to, depending on where you live, it's what money you'll get. And all of those things may be true. But what we're finding out with the Federal Department of Education misappropriating funds, no, there was money. There was money. It was just flushed to specific individuals and not to the intended location. So I don't know how this live thing works, but I'm gonna leave it on while I go do my thing in terms of getting gas. I see people walk away and do lives, and they walk away for a long time doing stuff. I'm talking about they're gonna wait for people to get on. I already know it's in the morning. Maybe no one's gonna get on. This is so much fun. It's gonna be a great day. Okay, let me go get my gas and clean my windows. Now I get here and it looks clean. It's crazy. Let me do a little, like so you can see it. You see, it's not as blurry as it was. Next time I'll do that. I like that you can do the reverse screen while you're you can go back and forth. I like that. Okay. Let me be right back. I won't be long. In the garbage can. Okay, something really gross. I'm not stepping in it. But somebody spit on the ground right outside where you go to do the gas, pump gas. And they could have spit in the garbage can or anywhere. It's so mean and rude to spread your toxin like that. Some people are just so inconsiderate. Oh. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Oh, that's funny. So, even though there's nobody online watching me right now and I'm talking, it's a good practice for me developing what I want to say, how I want to say it, how I want to look, how I even look while I'm doing it. I mean, this is like the first time I'm driving and filming, and I see people doing all kinds of things in their cars and sitting and talking. And yesterday I had so much fun doing it. And when I did it yesterday, the little guys in the neighborhood, the little teenagers who ride their bikes, and one of them, he's the big brother of some of the little kids that I know. And I saw them one time, and he tried to clown me, talking about he didn't know who I was, right? And he walked by my house every day, by my window, every day. I know he know who I am. So I was sitting in the car yesterday filming in front of the house, and first he rolled by himself, and I didn't look at him. I kept talking on camera and everything. And then I guess he went and got his friends, and they rode by. But instead of them riding down the street past me, they rode as close as they possibly could to the car to try to break my concentration and get me to look at them. And I'm thinking, you don't never look at me. You act like I'm invisible. But now all of a sudden you want to be in my business and you don't know who I'm talking to. But you can feel I'm moving into influence, inshallah. So that was just so hilarious, and it made me feel good because at that moment I had like some students who had made comments on my live yesterday, and they were saying that they remembered me subbing and that I was looking awesome, and they were giving some positive comments, and that was making me feel like, wow, this is cool. I know that I have to realize times of day to go live and different things like that, but I'm just gonna try and see how it goes and practice. This is just practice. But I also am going to edit these and start putting them on TikTok, because I want to start getting my voice heard on TikTok. And the thing that I really feel about right now in terms of what's happening in the world is that, one, we need more love. I see someone came online. I hope you have a good day, and I really appreciate you just even looking at my channel and then leaving, which is okay. It's so funny because when people come on and I start talking to them directly, they leave. But when I just am talking and I forget and think that it's just 0 people, I see that they listen longer. That's just my analysis for the second day and just a couple of minutes of doing this. But I only did it for 20 minutes yesterday, maybe 25 minutes yesterday. So I really need to get more chargers though, because when you're on the road and my battery pack that I have, when it loses charge, I just feel stuck. But last weekend when my battery died, by the grace of God, by the grace of Allah, by the grace of Mother Universe, I ended up at a car dealership. And this car dealership was really, they have a nice business card too. I really, and they have good tasting cars. They had great tasting cars. But what caught my attention was the Mercedes utility truck. And really, I think that for the retreat, you need to have a utility truck to pick people up and comfort. It's like a mini limousine. And they were selling it in San Jose for $30,000. It was only 40 miles. No, 40,000 miles, which is not bad. Actually, 2 people just came on and looked and then went away. I might not be talking about things that they're interested in, because my avatar, when you look at my YouTube specs, it's like Indian men. That's my largest audience. Peace to the Indian men in India who subscribe to my channel, who have really helped me push it up to 24K. And then now, when I'm substitute teaching and running into students I connect with, I share the YouTube channel with them, and the comments are coming from live people, which I also appreciate, that have seen me recently. So that's pretty cool too. I'm really, really thankful. Really thankful. But I'm not thankful for this corrupt educational system that really doesn't pay teachers well and makes it very difficult for teachers to survive. Teachers are the lowest paid professionals, and we don't even get overtime or compensated it fairly, or put into the package, especially a differentiation between physical education teachers, PE teachers, and English teachers. And there's a huge difference between a high school 11th grade AP English teacher's workload and a high school 11th grade PE teacher's workload. And that pay is not factored in from the beginning in a fair way. There's just so many unfair things in the educational system. I was substitute teaching yesterday. The teacher's been gone for like 2 weeks. The lesson plan was okay for me as a sub, very easy. You have the worksheet. They do the worksheet. Okay, now they have something to do. You don't have to micromanage them. It's an easy day. But from a perspective of a teacher who has a master's in education, who is trained to teach teachers, I looked at it and I thought, if I were them, I wouldn't even want to fill this sheet out, because it's not, the layout, for one, is outdated and uncomfortable with tiny print and small lines to fill in the blanks. So your written answer, you have to cram and write in it. And then you can't even use it as a study document, and it's a packet that they're supposed to be using to prepare for the final exam. That is just one example of what's happening in the educational system, because it's a long-term sub. So he doesn't, feel like, he's got his own thing. I don't know. But I've been to that same school in a third grade class, and the third grade teacher has you for the whole day, right? The 7th and 8th grade teachers, they change, different groups each period. But that teacher, you could walk in and see she was totally organized. She had sections in the room. She used wallpaper, different type of wallpaper coloring designs to differentiate and demarcate spaces in the room. And I really felt like I knew I was going to have a good day there. And the technology was accessible to me with the passwords for me to use the screen and make it comfortable for them, like they're used to doing their work. And all day, that's how all the assignments were. It was great. But that comes with her putting in her own money. You can look at a classroom and see the money that a teacher has put in the room that didn't come from the administration. So, and yeah, so I'm not going to get on a tangent on that, because I really just want to talk more about leading and living in love, because you can complain all day about anything. You can see the good of something, you can see the bad of something. But when you lead with love, the first thing you need to do is love yourself. You really, really love yourself. And lot of people don't know how to love themselves because it's hard, especially in America. Because in America, everything is designed against yourself. For instance, if you go in the grocery store, 98% of what is there is a poison, no matter what it is. And everybody knows this. I mean, you've seen some of the most hilarious renditions of this actual fact. So that's one thing. So to love yourself means that you can't even buy most of the things that are promoted to you in the grocery store. Loving yourself means making decisions that benefit you, your family, community, but not necessarily maybe what the community wants to do. So not only do you have to love yourself enough to know that, hey, your vision is something that's worthy, that can benefit in the long run, and they will see, but you also have to love the community enough to realize, okay, hey, they don't get it, whatever it is that you might be trying to do, and that's okay, and love yourself enough to love them and accept them where they are. I know that when I was younger and I would learn something, I would try to share it and like, no, and with force. And my friends would be like, no, I don't, that, we were going to go to the party. We're trying to go do such and such. Erica, you're just too serious, right? And they were right, because there's a lot of things that people watch the news and look around, and there's a lot of things to complain about. But it's better when you look around and you actually stay centered in yourself. Like if you stay centered and focused in yourself and what you're trying, because I mean, we're in the middle, it's about to be June. We're in the middle of the year, right? If you're not like, of course, yeah, it's fun. People are having fun because it's summertime. But if you're not putting yourself first and loving yourself and doing the things that you need to do, it's the trap that most people get in the world. It's a trap that most people get in the world. And that's why I say the school system, the way it is, they waste a lot of time. And they waste a lot of money. And they don't keep the best teachers, and they don't pay teachers well. And any teacher that's trying to do something like different, they make it hard. Because it's the structure. It's not on purpose, but it is on purpose, and it is by design. So I've had some people get on and get off, and nobody's done a thumbs up. So obviously nobody likes what I'm talking about. But I also think that it's 6:15 a.m., right? Anybody that's looking right now is getting for work, getting ready for work, getting ready for school, and just kind of maybe checking in like, what am I doing? Which is nice. I mean, about 5 people have done that, I think, so far in the last however minutes I've been online. So I really appreciate all of you. But it seems like every time I say something to you directly, you get offline. But please, could you give a thumbs up just to let me know you're there? I would really appreciate that. No, they said no. They hung up again. That's just so funny. I really, it's going to be really interesting how this comes about, especially when I do the remixes on TikTok, because I can't wait to be live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. That's what I'm looking forward to by the end of June, God willing. So I'm just practicing and having fun with it, and really it's a beautiful day. So it's like the sun is hitting just right. These are my last glasses that I have from the Middle East. I need to get some new sunglasses. But you know what I really want to do? I want to have affiliates. So I need to find a sunglass company. And I think Lori Harvey, maybe she has a sunglass company. I know somebody has a sunglass company. Somebody has a good sunglass company that I like. It's a black-owned person. You know, I really want to continue to support black-owned businesses, highlight them, get products so that I can show my audience and get affiliate credit. This is what I want to do to, you know, get my residual income as I live in retirement. It is so nice to be a retired teacher. I love saying that I actually am a retired teacher and I'm free, you know, but freedom, it comes at a cost. You have to pay for freedom. You do not get to be free without having to do something and give something and be something better. A lot of people retire and they don't know what to do. Seriously, a lot of people retire and they don't know what to do. So I am not going to be one of those people that retires and that's it. This is like where I get to blossom. Inshallah, this is where life gets to blossom for me, because ever since I was a kid, I was always stressed. I was always worried. I was always scared. I never understood. I was always worried about my future, and I never understood how to really do it and how everything works. You know, and I wasn't trained because my parents had me when they were 16, and I grew up with them, with all their flaws and all. But I'm very thankful. And sometimes I feel, you know, everybody, you have your ups and downs in life. You have your ups and downs in life. And after retirement, I did go through a down spurt because I did an investment and it didn't pan out. And that it hurts when you put your hard-earned money into something that doesn't work. But the thing that most successful people say is that they were never successful with their first venture. You learn from your mistake, and it's those who don't give up that are successful, and those who create their own path and vision and look at what's going on and look at a void. What can you do in this life that's not being done, and how could you do it better? You know, like, just think, there used to be the nastiest dog food. If you ever had a dog or a cat and you poured their dog food into a bowl, it was all hard and crusty, and you would never eat that stuff, right? And then the cat food was like, people thought, no. But now there's a business, lots of them, with gourmet dog food and gourmet cat food, because people spend more money on their animals than they do their children. There's a market, and they filled the void. So that's what I'm saying. You know, there's a place for you and anything you want to do, but you have to put forth the effort, and you have to go to bed thinking about it, wake up thinking about it, work toward it, talk about it, or see something when you're doing something and see yourself in that, or how it can help you. I do that all the time. There's a place called Water and Salt. I don't know if you know about it, but it's a water store, and they sell gourmet water and gourmet ice cream, like the best ice cream. I haven't tried it, but I've heard about the ice cream. I like water. I'm trying to lose weight, but they fill the void, you know, in their community. And the only thing I don't like about them is they don't have good customer service. They don't have good customer service with me. I don't know how they are with other people, but every time I come into the store, the guys that work there, they have a bland kind of a personality, and it's like, if you want what the air that comes across with me, if you want to do business with us, fine. If you don't, fine. And it doesn't make you feel like, thank you for giving us your business. You don't feel that. I don't feel that, but I don't care, because that's how most black people live their life, with people treating them that way. That's a norm. I don't care. I'm pleasant, get my water, and get out. But you know what I want? I want a business like that. Or I want somebody with good customer service to have a business like that. Inshallah. So I hope you have a really good day. I don't know how long you guys are going to stay on line, but whatever you're doing and wherever you are important, you are special, you are strong, and you have a purpose. You just have to figure it out. I know what I wanted to do a long time, but it just took a long time to get it to fall into place because they're so big. And someone once said, if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. And my dream is huge and it scares me, and it took a long to organize it, to really organize it. And then you have to have time and money. money, 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 money. You have to have money. Who have good credit have to also have a brain and put something in, know how to manipulate it. And that's where I come into play. Because I just really feel like, as an American, that things are unfair and they need to be more fair so everyone can have access to a good quality life. It shouldn't be just a few people living good in the family, and then they rolling by, and the other people living bad, and they give little crumbs, or they looking good, and then the other people in the family are looking bad because they ain't got no money. No, and I mean the American family. The American family. You know, from the macro, the huge part of America, to the micro, the small part. You know, it's just very imbalanced. And you can see it in the school system. You go to a nice school, they have resources, classrooms are plush, the seats are plush, the desks are nice, everything's clean, they have more than enough cleaning staff, they have better food. If you go to a poor school, when you go into the cafeteria, it even smells because they the towels that they use to clean the table are not organized. They don't have the resources. So someone left, but he stayed on for a long time to listen. Two people were on, and they stayed on for a minute and listened. So at least I got to say something, and I'm glad I was able to say something. Like, when I'm talking, what I want to make sure I do when I go live. And I used to watch Go Black to Africa, and I haven't seen him in a long time, but it was during the pandemic, and he used to do live and go off topic and come back, but he had some good information. In fact, I bought a condo in Zanzibar as a result of listening to him, and the only reason I sold it is because of the water, and I'm a water snob. Zanzibar and in the United Arab Emirates and in Saudi Arabia and in Bahrain and in Oman and in Kuwait, they use desalinated water. And there was a ride that came up and it was taken fast. Must be slow right now. And this is as slow as it's been, 6:26 usually, but I'm not in the right area. Usually, but I got started late too. I got started at, I get started at 5 in the morning, and I got started late because I knew I wasn't going to work at the substituting thing, and I said, well, I'm going to be doing this, until 12 or 2, so we'll see how it goes. But and this is just to help me out for the weekend, because what my plan is to spend the weekend in the Bay Area, so that when I finish subbing on Friday, I drive down to the Bay Area and work out there from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because Monday's a holiday. So I can be down there 4 days because I get gigs. Only thing I don't like about the Bay Area that I have to get used to, but I'm gold now and I'm doing very well. This is my 13th day of Lyft. Like, I'm brand new to it. And I've done over 100 rides, and I've been working every day as a substitute teacher, except today. It's my first day off, and it's the last. Pretty much, it's cool. I'm very happy about that. But I'm in his lane real quick. Let me get over. I'm on Garden Highway, which is a good place to wait. Because Garden Highway, usually people are going to work in the morning. The only thing I don't like about Sacramento and the Bay Area, in the Sacramento, the traffic is over in around 2 o'clock going towards Citrus Heights. It's a lot of traffic. So I don't want to get a person that way. And then the Bay Area, like last Saturday, they had their graduation. UC Berkeley had their graduation. And I had a ride. They wanted 4 people, but I could only take 3 people because the front seat is for my backpack, my water, my skates, and my stuff, because the trunk has to be empty just in case I'm taking someone to the airport and they have their suitcase. I took that family from Berkeley to Concord, and I did work in Concord, which was fun. That was fun. But then I was worried because I saw the traffic coming back. So I have to figure out how to stay in the area and just do rides in the same area. Because then if you do that, it's really good, to say the least. So someone got on, they got off. I guess they didn't like what I was talking about. That's the only thing. It's going to be really interesting. Especially, it's going to be interesting doing these lives when I get 2 more battery packs and I can really let it go all day and charge and keep it going when I'm in the car with my different rides. So I don't know where I am. Yeah, they have a pole there. I can't get there. I don't know where I got off the freeway. See, I got off, but I'm waiting. So, I think I'm over by the water and the restaurant. I don't know how I got down here. Oh, I know what I did. It's the Garden Highway exit, and this is by the water, which is true. And I know where the houses are built on the other side, which they made a private community, gated, that you can't get in. That used to be a place that I like to drive and skate down. But what I do is I still get in there so I can drive around and take pictures and stuff. So I'm just sitting here waiting. I see somebody. Hi, thank you. Every time, and that is so funny. Every time the person comes on, they do not want me to be like, hi. That is so funny. But look at where I am. It's beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's just the trees, and the sky. But to me, I mean, that's why they call Sacramento the city of trees, because it's really beautiful, and I never get enough of the different views of Sacramento and California. And that was the other thing. Driving to the Bay Area, I do not want to deal with people who live in the hills. At first I was like, yeah, I'm going to be dealing with people in the hills. I'm going to get tips. It's going to be good. Do you know that I went up this street that was like this, not like this, not like this, not like that. That hill was like this. And I think I had a dream about that hill. I remember that. And you go up 3 times like that, up like 3 blocks, long blocks. By the time I got to the 3rd one, the car was like, and I was like, please, baby, just make it. If you make it to this, we make it right here, and I'll never do this to you again. And the lady I picked up, she was so nice. And, of course, once I got her, we're going down the hill, so it's easy. But she said there's an easier street to get up to her house, but that one's the fastest. That street was the fastest. The hardest, it's the fastest, but it will kill your car. And this is a Toyota, right? This is not a bad car, but it was not necessarily what I wanted. And that's the other thing I like about Lyft. Other thing I like about Lyft, and I don't like Uber. I'm not saying I don't like Uber. I just haven't heard back from Uber yet. I'm just starting Lyft. But I do ask people the difference between Lyft and Uber, and I let them know that when I'm taking a ride, I usually go to Uber first, right? And some people say because Uber has bad press right now, and some of the women say that Uber has bad press right now, and they do. And I forgot that your reputation, and this is even your reputation, can affect you, right? And then they say that Lyft is cheaper, so sometimes they will wait longer and then take the cheaper option, which is Lyft as opposed to Uber. But I'm really enjoying it because I get to talk to people, I get to be free and earn money doing something I like. And then when I'm substitute teaching, I get to see what it is in the classrooms that I like and work with children, work with different ages while I'm developing my curriculum and working on chasing the things that I want to do after retirement. So I feel like, and then I don't have a boss. You know, one thing I hated about the public educational system is answering to someone who, you know, and answering to someone into a system that doesn't really know what they're doing and doesn't really care if I get it or not. And when I see that in the classrooms, it makes me figure out ways to do something different and helpful, and also being there is helpful because I don't see many black teachers. I don't see many cool, hip teachers, and and I get the reception that I get from students is really positive. It's really positive, and almost like a unicorn. It's almost like you're a unicorn. So that's really. I like that. I like that. It's like being able to go into the educational system, not having to be there all day and be stale, and being able to shine some light and have some fun and relax for to give the students a different feel for substitutes. You know, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the balance right now. It's fun for me. I'm having a lot of fun. It's stressful. Things are stressful because everything's on the line, and I've never worked for myself. I've always had a job and then done like side hustles, and I really want to work for myself. And working for yourself is not easy. That's one thing that Earn Your Leisure and 19 Keys and the HIM 500, they really try to get across that, you know, you have to educate yourself, that there is information, even SMART. I haven't really paid attention to SMART lately because I haven't really, you know, I haven't had time. But you have to educate yourself and you have to learn. That's one thing that's different between the X generation and these generations that have come after the X generation. You all are onto technology and you're doing things, and you read more when it comes to on the technology side. You read more because you have to figure it out to make the apps work, to make all the things function, to make the things connect. That's why there's so many young people making money online, because they're reading and they're applying what they know. But for the X generation and those before me, the older people who are not, who have worked for somebody their whole life, who maybe getting ready to retire, you do have to learn and initiate some, not reading for pleasure, but reading to understand. It's like, I can't believe it's so slow for me. I never come online and have to wait this long. This is very interesting, and I don't like it. It's like, oh, now all of a sudden the day I want to take off is a Wednesday. I don't get one person with 6:30. I can't believe this. And I usually will drive around, but I don't want to waste the gas. That's why I'm sitting and just kind of waiting. But yes, when I do drive, I do get more response. But it's the morning and it's traffic, so I don't want to drive in the wrong direction. And the thing is that one thing I don't like about the app is that when it does alert you and you're on the freeway, usually I have to get off at the next exit because it's alerted me when I've passed the exit they want me to take, and then I have to turn around. And I could be turning around, getting in traffic, which slows me down just to get back there. So that's why I decided to sit. So I've been online live for 48 minutes. Now I'm going to try to edit what I did yesterday and today and put something on TikTok and Instagram. Let's see how that goes. This has been some food for thought from Teacher Erica. This has been some food for thought from Teacher Erica. And those of you who did chime in this morning, I really appreciate you even looking. I will love a thumbs up, and if you could share anything that's on my page.